left the man that I loved for the man that I deserve. I was in a relationship for 10 years and decided to leave that relationship because he was no longer the man of my dreams. He was a good boyfriend and he never cheated on me, and we were good to each other, but when it came to alignment and what I deserved and what I wanted and saw for myself and my future kids, I wanted to give my kids the best possible father I could, as well as like the best possible life I could give them, and love is not enough for that. So I left. It took me years of contemplation, but now I am in pursuit of finding the man of my dreams again, and somebody who will give my children and me the best possible life. Because at the end of the day, it's not about what you want, it's about what you deserve and what you plan on giving yourself. Because you're young, you're hot, you might as well live your best possible life, especially the one life that you have, the one body that you have, the one like time period that you have.
I'm pretty sure this is the same thing Cassie said to herself before she left Ryan Leslie to be with P. Diddy. And we all know how that worked out. But look, there's nothing wrong with someone wanting something better for themselves. There's nothing wrong with that. She's still young. She wants somebody she can have a family with, and this guy can make enough money and they can have the good life. A lot of women want this, but unfortunately, a lot of women ain't gonna get it. See, it sounds good on paper to say you want a man with a lot of money who's gonna treat you well and do all these good things for you, but trying to find that man and that man falling in love with you and wanting to be with you is where the problem is. See, the man you've been with for 10 years, he loves you. You didn't say anything was wrong with his character. You said he was a good dude. He wasn't out there cheating on you, all the other stuff that women love to say. So to me, the only issue you had with him was he didn't make enough money, or he doesn't have enough money. And again, that's fair. You want more money. Who am I to knock you for that? But you also said in that statement that love is not enough, which I agree with you. Love isn't enough when it's time to build a relationship. But I will say money isn't enough either. See, what you're thinking is that you're going to go out and get both, a man with money who loves you like this guy. And again, that is hard to do. A lot of women have tried to do this and it didn't work out. You ever see those movies when someone goes on like a treasure hunt and they get to the hardest part of the map and they see all the old skeleton bones of the people who tried to cross that bridge or to defeat that dragon or whatever it is, but you see the bones of the people who didn't make it? That is exactly what's going to happen to her. She's going to try to complete the same mission that all these other people failed at, and the percentage is very high of her failing too. Again, I'm not knocking her for trying, but it's a good chance it ain't gonna work. Now, if you ask me, she's gonna go out there, chase those Chaz and Tyrones, and after a couple years of doing that, she's probably gonna try to circle back on her boyfriend, because that's when she's going to realize how good she had it. Now, I'm not saying this is gonna happen for sure, but there's a good chance she's gonna double back on her boyfriend, because sometimes life has to teach you the lesson. Nobody else can teach you that. After you see how unserious a lot of these men are when they got money, you're gonna then realize that maybe a man having a bunch of money isn't what it's cracked up to be. But that's just me being logical. A lot of these women are thinking with their emotions. They don't care what anybody has to say. They want what they want. They're gonna go after it. But she's already been with her last man for 10 years, so I'm thinking she's at least 30 years old. She's gonna go out there for another 5-10 years trying to play this Chad Tyrone game. That's gonna be another 10 years of wear and tear. She's gonna have more bodies on her resume. She's gonna have way more emotional damage and mental damage from dealing with these men dogging her out and doing all the stuff to her. Then when she's about 40, 45, she's gonna actually want a man who just loves her. That's usually how it works. Again, I'm not saying this is definitely gonna happen. She may go out there and meet the next man and he has everything she wants, but the percentage is very low. So all I'm saying is, if things go south and nothing works out the way you think it's gonna work out, you did this to yourself. Don't blame anybody else. Don't be on TikTok making videos about how the dating pool has piss in it, like a lot of these other women are doing. You sit in that piss and you shut the hell up, because you brought this on yourself. I also want to say I'm happy for the boyfriend, because he could have spent another 10 years or married this chick and been stuck with her. Now he got kids and all this other stuff that he has to deal with. So I'm happy for him that he's able to move on and find a woman who may really want to be with him and spend time with him and build with him. So I'm actually happy for him too. I think what she did is going to work out better for him than it will for her. It may sound crazy now, but I just did a video talking about how right after a breakup, it always looks like women are winning. They always look like they're doing better, because they'll get a bunch of attention attention, bunch of men to be in their face, and it always seems like they're winning until they start pulling back those layers and realize all that attention don't amount to anything. So to the boyfriend who just got dumped, don't even worry about it. You hold your head high, you go out there, keep working, doing whatever you're doing, you will find somebody who can appreciate you because you just lost a lot of dead weight, trust me. And also know, whatever pain you feel now, it was gonna be 10 times worse when you had kids involved, houses involved, cars involved. It would have been way worse with all that additional stuff. So trust me, she let you off easy.
I love when a girl is natural, man. No fake hair, no wigs, no makeup, nothing. You know, I love my natural queens, you know, I love the African girls, you know. I love when What are you saying?
Oh, I was just saying, what time you gonna be ready so I can come pick you up? Where we going to eat? Do I need to make a reservation? I mean, what we doing? You ain't said nothing but a word. I'll be there in 15 minutes. Make sure you leave that wig at home.
I remember there was this dude that called in on one of my shows once. He was like, you know, Rich, I took this gal out for a dinner. It was my third date. You know, she seems like a wonderful person. I want to have a relationship with her. And, you know, she's making me wait for intimacy. You know, I spent $200 on the dinner, and I realized after I dropped her off, she forgot her jacket in the back of my car. So being the nice guy that I am, it was only 15 minutes away. I turned my car around and I went back to her place to bring her the nice jacket that she left in the car because I'm a gentleman. And then he goes, by the time I got there was another dude that was already at her house with his car in the driveway, rearranging her guts inside. So he's the dude that spends all the time and money, is made to wait, buys her dinner so she can take her Instagram photos, that she probably goes to the bathroom and sends a text to Chad or Tyrone and goes, I'm going to get this loser to drop me off in 30 minutes, be at my house at this time because he won't be there. And literally the guy is like pulling in as the other guy's pulling out. And he had to see this himself. And, you know, a man's heart breaks, you know, in a situation like that, because again, you know, you're told to do the right thing. Take her out, open the door, buy her chocolates, buy her flowers, take her dancing, blah, 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 blah.
And this right here is why I say you got to stay away from these women who are always talking about their roster. They talk about it with pride too, like it's cool. But this right here is how you create savages. This man will probably never forget this moment. He's now probably going to go out, turn into a manipulator, a liar, just doing and saying anything to get the draws. And then as soon as he get them, he's gone with the wind. He's going to go from wanting a wife and getting married to just being one of these men who just want to smash and dash or just want to be single. This is how these men are created. And I'm not putting this on all women. See, this right here may look horrible. Most people are going to say this is not good, but there are groups of women out there who think this is okay. Not only do they think it's okay, they try to justify it.
How come, oh, you'll give it to a whack dude before and then make a good guy wait? I don't think that you're trying to make the good guy wait. I think that you want him to see the value in you. Sometimes I'm like, all right, if I give it to him too soon, he's going to think, you know, like I'm not a good girl, or there's no, like, you know, I'm just a quick, easy F or whatever. And I think that's sometimes what women will do. They'll make the guy that they really like wait longer because that's who they really like see potential in. I might see a husband in you, and just like men like see certain women like, oh, she's wifey material, or, you know, she's just somebody I'm gonna smash. I think women are able to do that as well. Like, you know, oh, you know, he's got a lot of good qualities. He got some good stuff going for himself. You know, I'm gonna just, you know, let me see how it goes. Let me make him wait for it.
So in their minds, this makes sense. Don't give it to the good guy who's taking you out on dates and shows potential to be a good, loving husband. You give it to the guy who all he wants to do is rearrange your guts. That is their logic. Talking about, I don't want him to think I'm easy. But you are easy. You just pick and choose who you're gonna be easy with. If you weren't easy, you would be that way with everybody. But that's not what you're doing. You're making me play on all Madden and you're letting him play on rookie. That's not fair to me. Again, not all women, but this is how a lot of them move. This is why I say, if you hear them talking about a roster, run. Because they'll sell to you that, oh no, we're just talking, nothing serious. Yeah, right. Sell that to somebody else. Men are not stupid. Somebody is digging in them guts. So just stop it. But the point is, man, you got to protect yourself. This is why it's smart to not invest too much into a woman too early. You have to really know who you're investing in. And I'm not just talking about financially. A lot of you men invest your time, your energy into these women, and all you get is this. A lot of you have married a chick who did this to you and you had no idea she was doing this to you. Only a woman who doesn't value her body thinks this is okay. And that is all about her mindset. If her mind is right and she values herself, she's not going to do this. It's just what it is. And I know there are men out there who think all women move like this. They all don't move like this. There are women out there who still value their body and they don't want to just give it to anybody just because. So if you want that type of woman, you're going to have to be patient or you're going to have to really dig for her. But there are women out there like that. But this right here is how a lot of modern women think. They think this is okay. They think this is normal. It's not normal. It's actually pretty crazy. And I'm just happy this man found out early because he only invested 3 days. Imagine investing 3 months in a woman like this who has you on this Steve Harvey 90-day plan. Imagine that. And some dude has been blowing her back to smithereens this whole time. That would suck. So actually, I think he got off easy. And one last thing. The guy on the outside is normally never upset with the guy on the inside. He just doesn't want to be on this end of the stick anymore. Where women see potential in him, where they think he's a good guy, he just doesn't want to do that anymore. He'd rather be the guy that the women don't see potential in, the women don't care about, because he's tired of being the guy standing outside confused with his hands in the air. He'd rather be inside so he can have your feet in the air. I'm just saying.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. I got her by the foot. Oh. Thank you so much. I can't pull up. No, Mom, it's gonna be okay. Thank you.
No, use your feet. Get back up here. You got this.
Okay, let me.
No, I'm not letting you go.
I got your other hand. Can you push your feet off? That's what I'm trying.
I'm gonna try to get under your armpit here. Ready?
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a big hoist here. 1, 2, 3.
That poor lady. I bet she was really hoping it was going to be a bear that saved her.
This video right here is the reason why I ignored all those women when they were choosing the bear, because it was ridiculous. They were answering the question with their emotions. They weren't answering it logically, because logically choosing the bear is asinine. And let me explain to you why. Let's just say 50% of men might attack women. Now we all know 50% of men aren't going to do that, but let's just say, using their thought process, 50% of the men attack the women. And let's just say 50% of the bears may attack women. Cool. Well, riddle me this, Batman. How many bears would do that?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Would any of those bears save you if you fell, if you hurt yourself, if you were bleeding and you needed medical assistance? Can any of the bears do that? Any of them? Not even Yogi Bear can do that. Can any of the bears help you find food when you're hungry? Can any of the bears help you find your way home? Can any of the bears turn into your future husband and you guys go around telling that love story about how you met in the woods? Can that happen with any bear? Can it? This is why I said that whole argument was ridiculous. They were answering with their emotions. They were trying to use that question to send a message. And the message that I received is that women are dishonest, or they just don't use any logic in their decision making, or they are just huge gaslighters. That's what I took from that whole argument. I understand there are some horrible men out there. I do. But there are some horrible women out there. There are horrible people out there. But to sit there and say you're going to choose an animal over a human is crazy. And the men who tried to co-sign this and agree with them and come in with all these long speeches about why they're right, you're just as silly as they are. Because if a bear found your daughter, your wife, your girlfriend, your mother in the woods like this, he would have went back home, got a knife, a fork, and a plate, and came back to wait for her to fall so he can have dinner. That's what the bear would have did. So y'all can miss me with that whole conversation. I understand what y'all was trying to do with that message, but trust me, it did not come across the way you think it did. And one more thing, the same women running around screaming about how scary men are and I would choose the bear because I don't trust men, those are the same women online saying this.
Can somebody explain to me why I don't get approached in public? Like, do I look mean or something?
Why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now?
Men do not want to approach women anymore. I don't know when this happened.
Like, why are you so scared? Why are you so scared of coming up to us?
That's odd. Why would you want these scary men to approach you if we are so bad? Could you explain that to us? Because I'm confused. I know I'm scared of lions. I wouldn't want a lion to approach me. I see good lions online all the time, hugging humans, and the human is petting them and they're happy to see them. And even with all of that, I still wouldn't want a lion to approach me. You know why? Because I'm actually scared of them. So y'all make that make sense. But anyway, I am happy that man was there to help that young lady out, because that is exactly what I would have done. And that is exactly what most men would have done if they were in that same situation. At least that's what they would have done before y'all started saying the bear. And that is the whole point of this video. This is the rule for most men. The other stuff y'all talking about is the exception. So please stop trying to make the exception the rule. Leave your thoughts in the video. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.